Hello everyone, welcome back to the live. Let's start with my favorite song, Skrillex, Ease My Mind Will You. Guys, I am so proud. Guys, we made it till the end. We together made it till the end. Isn't this amazing? Let's get into the state. Let's get into the state. Getting into the state is very important. Imagine the ideal scenario. Get your energies up. I too blind me. Will disappear. DJ, ease my mind. Will you play that song again? Cause we are in love before. Let's celebrate. Yo. Alright, I won't waste any more time. I'm in the state. I want you guys to be in the state as well, alright? State is important. Yeah, so we're finally starting the stream 5. Guys, we just reached the last part of the masterclass. I've dreamt of doing this my entire life. So the fifth part of the masterclass, Billionaire Ignition Masterclass. I want you guys to be very proud for completing and reaching this point of the masterclass. You are the elite rare top 1.1% with the knowledge that you have consumed in the last 4 masterclasses. This will seize it. This is going to put an ending closure to it. If you take this, you can really make such quantum leaps that a year from now it'll be difficult to recognize you looking back. So, fifth part of the masterclass, what is it about? Fifth part of the masterclass is called Discipline and QnA. In this video, we'll be covering the discipline part of the masterclass and the QnA. So, what is discipline and why is it necessary? So, discipline is something that is widely talked in the personal development media, but you need to understand that the discipline that we learn here is way different than the definitions of discipline that you must have learned earlier. Normally, people make discipline about external habits, but we won't do that. I'll tell you how to actually stay disciplined and how to stay disciplined in a way such that we can convert our agency, our drive into actual results, because I know you guys are hungry, you're driven, you're high agencies and you want to create results, not just listen to another yap session and go away home motivated and not implement anything. This masterclass is about bringing true real results. This thing is about bringing true real unrecognizable results, results that makes you unrecognizable, taking you to your greatest dream results. So, up till now, we have learned we are awareness, we're completely masters of our own emotions, we have the creative power to create any result that we want in the awareness and LOA section. Your truth, first part of the masterclass. Then we learned that we are boxed in by a paradigm and a worldview that was formed by the world without a permission before us, but we have the choice, we have the option to change it through again the power of awareness. Then we learned that there to do that we have to set our goals and we have to finalize what is the most important goal that we want to achieve in our life and focus all our attention on that. Our power is directly in proportion to the narrowness of the focus of our attention. Then we learned that we need to make a committed irrevocable decision to our goal, to our dream, in order to create a true quantum leap, in order to create the results. We have to stick to one thing, we have to burn the boats, we have to burn the bridges. Then we learned that to implement, to start moving towards our goal, the goal that we want the most, we want to change our self image. We want to act from the image of the person that we want to become. We want to act from the ideal image of a person that we want to become. We want to act from the end, not towards the end. I don't want to work for $100 million in 1,000 days. I want to work as if I already earn $100 million and let it unfold in the next 1,000 days. So the last part of the masterclass talks about discipline. Now, what is discipline? Bob Proctor used to effortlessly, elegantly define it as: discipline is the act of giving yourself a task and following it. Giving yourself a task and following it is discipline. If you can give yourself a task to do and if you can follow it, that is discipline. It's that simple. A lot of people talk about it as having some good habits, having waking up early, making your bed, and all. But I don't want to. I don't want you guys to believe in that definition of that definition of discipline. I want you to reach your goals. It is about you, your life, your goals, your amazing dreams, your legacy. I want you to think about, as we discussed before, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Whatever ideal is worthy for you, I want you to focus on that. And now, how do we exercise discipline in that? If we decide our own worthy ideal and we give ourselves a task to follow it, then we are disciplined. You could be waking up early, you could be exercising 10 times a week, but if you're not getting the results, if you're not moving towards what you want, I want the aesthetic physique, but if I'm training for Olympic lifting all the time, I can work very hard, I can be very disciplined, but I won't reach the results that I want, so I'm not actually disciplined. I'm just consistent at a wrong place. And you see, everybody is consistent, we are just consistent at the wrong places. So we want to become consistent, we want to become disciplined at the right place, because I want you to achieve your greatest results. And to achieve your greatest results, we want to move the needle, we want to move actual results. How do we do that? We become disciplined in the line of in the line that leads to your goal directly. We don't want to go up, below. We want to get disciplined in the path, in the process of you achieving your dreams. And you want to, how do we exercise this? Every day before going to bed, we don't manage time, we manage activities. We write down 3 to 6 activities that we can do tomorrow that will lead us to our goal. You don't need to know the perfect answer, you just need to know what is the best thing that you can do tomorrow. 3 to 6 activities that you think currently would lead to your goal, would lead you closest to the goal, would make the biggest difference in you reaching your goal. Or what are 3 to 6 activities that a person who has the goal that you want does, and write it down and do it the next day. That is one part of the discipline. Second part of the discipline, which is the most important part of the discipline, I think the most important activity, this the highest activity that you can master or do in this world, is disciplining your thoughts, not your habits. Remember, I told you there are 3 things we control in life. We control our thoughts, we control our words, we control our actions. Your conscious mind has the ability to accept and reject thoughts. I want you guys to discipline your thoughts. I want you guys to think of your goal again and again and again and again and again. There is a place, whenever you think of it, you reach there and then you fall back down. I want you guys to discipline yourself to think of it again and again and again. Go there, there is a place. Work from that feeling. You fall down, you go there again. You work from that feeling again. You reject any and everything that is against your goal. I am earning $100 million a year. Anybody that says otherwise, anybody that gives me a situation and says it is not possible because of this, I reject that idea. Our paradigm was formed because we accepted ideas that created our self-image, that created our actions created our results, bad results that we have right now. If we rejected those ideas, we could have stuck to the ideal result that we want. We would have accepted ideas that only in harmony with that, and we would have acted differently, and we would have different results. And see, nobody cares what a person says. like if somebody keeps saying negative things to you and you keep believing it, and at the end of the day he also has negative results, you also have negative results, nobody cares what you talked and what the negative thing was, because somebody at the same time created great results at the same time as well. How did he do that? He kept believing in the right things, he kept rejecting the bad ideas, he kept believing in the positive ideas. I want you guys to do that. I want you guys to believe. A second, yes. I want you guys to act in accordance with your ideal self, with your greatest dream result self. What is that? Know it and accept, reject all of the ideas daily, every single day, even the ideas that are created in your own mind that says, no, it is not possible. Reject that. When you set your A1 goal, you had an intuition that told you this, your sixth sense told you this, God told you what you wanted. You have now no authority to go against it, you just follow it. You reject every single idea that is created in your mind against that goal, and you say, I am not accepting you, I am earning that much, and I'm accepting that idea, and I let it burn in my subconscious mind, and let it burn in my subconscious mind. And when it burns in your subconscious mind, when it becomes a feeling, when the action naturally arises from you, from that self image, from the result, then you start creating quantum leaps in great results. That is what you want. This is how we want to look at discipline, go at discipline. And third part, how Neville used to say it, you want to persist in your imagination. You want to sleep every night feeling like you've achieved your goal. If it's a car, you want to feel how the steering wheel feels. You want to feel how you're pushed back when you push the throttle. You want to feel how other people look at you when they see you driving. How you see the world sitting in a low car. How you feel the noise of the engine. How what friends do you have when you have that car? It is so beautiful. How do you feel when you have the girl that you love the most? How do you feel when you earn as much as you earn? How expressive are you? You want to feel that. You want to experience that in your imagination, and you want to go to sleep. And you want to persist in that imagination. You see, when something extremely negative happens outside, but you smile because you're somewhere else in your imagination, and you act according to that positive mental attitude, something goes completely against life, and it completely breaks the old paradigm and lets the new one arise. Something beautiful, something great happens. Hi. Something beautiful, something great happens, and you totally break off the last paradigm of yours, and you let the beautiful new version of yourself arise. How do you do that? By imagining how your dream car feels, imagining how you feel when you have the person you love the most, you had the crush on the most, when you imagine earning as much as you want to earn, how you feel during that. You feel that and you sleep into that feeling. You sleep, because when you're sleeping, that is when you're closest to the subconscious mind, that is when you're closest to the creating power of the world, that is when you're closest to the God power of the world, accessing your God power. That is when you want to do that, and you want to persist in that imagination. How I created amazing breakthroughs in my life, how I created magic in my life, how I created great circumstances in my life was when I used to practice law of assumption all the time. Once I was in a ballet class and I did not have money to give to them, and I was like, they had increased the fees from 7,000 to 8,900, and I did not have that money that time, and I had to pay. I was already 5 days late, and I had to pay it to a girl called Janvi. So and I was very scared to go into the class because I did not have the money and I had to pay that, and I only had 7,000. But I was like, you know what? I will persist in my imagination. I do not care. I'll go with a smile. I revised it in my mind. I visualized it in my mind that I'm going. I'm telling Janvi, hey Janvi, can I only give you 7,000 for this month as well? Can we get it done? And Janvi said, oh, it's fine. And all the fear went away. I smiled. I said, thank you. All right. And then I assumed that state and went to the class. That This is crazy if you think about it. I assumed that state, and then I went to the class. When I went to the class, it did not happen. Janvi asked me about the fees, and I was like, I do not have the 8,900, but it's okay. Can I pay you 7,000? And she was like, no, you cannot. I was like, all right. I did not pay it right away, but I was like, I still assumed, I sustained that imagination that that great things will happen. She will let it pass. That I kept smiling and I did the class. I did not let restlessness arise. While I was leaving the class, I had to talk to her about the fees again. But I was smiling. I was assuming. I was talking to her as if she has already accepted my request of me paying 7,000 rupees. And I did not let myself get afraid. I did not let myself get restless. I did not let myself assume the negative scenario. I smiled throughout, and when I smiled throughout, beautiful thing happened. She asked me for the fees in the end. I was like, wait, I'm having some issue. I cannot GPay her the money, so I'll have to do it in cash the next day. So I went out of the class without paying her the money, and the next day, and that night itself, 2 hours later, she called me and she said she talked to the owner of the class and she said I can actually pay her the 7,000 as well, and that is how it happened. I assume you can assume great things and they can happen. When you assume things against the reality shifts like crazy and great circumstances arise. You look like one of my friends, she's just yawning. I see, that's cool. So you want to assume what you want, assume your dream result, and stay there. Feel like that, live like that person. That is how you want to live. So that is discipline. You want to persist. Again, I will revise it. Discipline is not about external habit. Discipline is about giving yourself a task and completing it. You give yourself a task, that give yourself a goal that you want the most, and you work towards that. You love your life, you love that journey, and who are you, just stumble upon you. Hi, my name is Bharat Maximus. I'm 24 years old. I've taken a challenge to make $100 million in 1,000 days by November 6, 2028. I do motivation. I do success coaching. I coach. I motivate, lead, and coach elite, ultra driven, ultra high agency people to reach their greatest dream results. I talk about Gita, non duality, and new thought. I'm a big fan of power of awareness, law of assumption, law of attraction, and I want to liberate this world, and I want to make people reach their dream results. And I'm very passionate about what I do, and I want to become the greatest motivation speaker in the world in the next 2 years. So yes, if you're interested, follow along, and we'll have a great time. So yes, in the discipline master, and I'm doing a 5 part masterclass where I tell people from scratch to finish how to go from their drive to their ultimate dream results, how to bring their actual dream results in real life from their drive, everything that they need to do, every mindset that they need to have. I give them timeless wisdom, and I give them the peak mental frameworks, the highest mental frameworks that there are in the world. I've written over 2 books. I've read over 1,000 books. I've written my own translation of Gita. So I know what I'm speaking about. I don't know much about a lot of things, but this is what I've done the last decade of my life, just reading this stuff. So I know what I'm talking about. So yes, that is what I do. That is what I want to give to the world. So yes, I'm doing a 5 part masterclass where I take people from agency to their absolute greatest dream results. And this is the 5th part of the masterclass. In the first part of the masterclass, we discovered our truth, our infinite power, and our creating power, how it gives us emotional control, how it lets us create the life that we want to live. In the second part of the masterclass, we talked about paradigms, how a mental program keeps us boxed in and we cannot operate outside it, how paradigm was formed by the other people. We listened to the other people's society, formed a worldview, and that stopped us from creating our dream results. And we talked about how to break a paradigm. We break a paradigm by realizing, knowing our goals, what we want the most, going illogical, dreaming, fantasizing, figuring out our top most important goal out of the 30 goals that I made people write down. Then we talked about decisions, how we have to burn the boats, burn the bridges, and commit to that one ultimate goal that we want with all our life. Our power, our infinite power, is directly in proportion to the narrowness of the focus of the attention that we give to the goal. Then in the fourth part of the masterclass, we talked about self-image, how we have an image of ourselves apart outside of the image that we have of our external identity, and that internal image of ourselves defines our actions. A fat person, no matter what exercise he does, will stay a fat person because in his mind, even if he loses fat, will return to being a fat person because he thinks of himself as a fat person. That image, if we change it to a fit person, we can effortlessly achieve fitness or any dream result that we want. That was self image. We have to think, act, feel, dress up, walk like, talk like, act like the. It happens at times. My audio goes away. I'm so sorry. I've connected this Rode mic. It keeps failing after 20 to 30 minutes. I just have to reconnect it so it connects back. So I'm trying to figure out why it happens, but it does happen. No idea why. So in fifth part of the masterclass, we're learning about discipline and how discipline is a very fun activity, it's a very beautiful activity, it's a very enjoyable activity compared to what the world has told us about. It's not about having a bed folding routine in the morning. It's not about waking up at a certain time. It's just about giving yourself the dignity to set a goal that you love and you want the most in the world and following it, setting writing out 3 to 6 activities that you can do every single day the next day and just completing them. Why do you have so low sales and no viewers, bro? How underrated are you? How is this even possible? I'm getting there, don't worry, I'll get there. I've not done my due diligence up till now to get the views. I've been working on my books, I've been working on making my product. This is I'm just starting, I'm beginning to market myself. It's I'll get there. My goal is to get to 100 million followers in the next 2 to 3 years. I want to liberate the whole world. I want to reach as many people as I can. I want to lead the world. How can I see your work? Where's your masterclass? It's uploaded on my if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll find it on my live section. There are 5 streams that I've uploaded. It's all about the masterclass only. If you want more, you can connect with me on Instagram, Bharat Maximus. YouTube channel, I'll keep repeating this masterclass over and over and over again on my streams. And then I'm releasing my book in the next month as well, so you can find it there as well. If you want, even if you want personalized help, you can contact me. I do personal coaching as well. If you want a program, I'm working on a program as well, so that people can take a digital program and ingest all of this information and get to their dream life, dream results from that program. So I'll be releasing a lot of products, but for now you can connect with me on my YouTube. I'm talking about this every day. I stream 5 to 7 hours a day. I create around 5 to 50 reels a day. There's a lot that I'm doing, but if you want to stay connected, if you want to learn, just connect here and I'll give you all of the resources soon. And thank you so much for commenting, means a lot. You're like the first viewer that I got in this stream, so it means a lot. Anyways, what I was saying was the last part of the masterclass was about discipline. I'm concluding the session. Discipline is not a hard thing that we have been told about. Discipline is a very loving, enjoyable, beautiful thing that we can exercise to create our own dream life. How do we do that? We give ourselves a task and do it. That is the definition of discipline. What is success? Success is the progressive realization of the ideal. You give yourself the dignity to set a goal that you truly want, your true dream, and you do 3 to 6 activities every single day that you think at your current intelligence would take you closest to that goal. You wake up and you do that. No, I'm here to stay. I've turned on the bell icon and I'm gonna be always here no matter what. I see my own reflection. Thank you so much, man. This means the world to me. This means the world to me. I'm sure we'll succeed together, brother. You give yourself a task and you follow it, and as you keep doing that, you become a winner, you become a goal achiever, and as you do that, You enjoy life. People love winning. Everybody loves winning. But to win, to succeed, as we learn in games, we need to have a mission to succeed or fail too. If we never set ourselves a mission, if we never give ourselves a task, we can never succeed or fail. But this is the beauty of discipline. If you just start giving yourself small tasks, you can start winning in them. You can start seeing yourself as a winner. And when you see yourself as a winner, you're fulfilled. Everything changes. Life becomes beautiful. I've not heard about Acadon. This is the first part of the discipline. Second part of the discipline, we explained that discipline is not just about habits. There are three things that we control in our life. We control our thoughts, we control our words, we control our actions. Whatever we think about, we become. All philosophies, I've gone through so many philosophies in my life, my entire life, and every philosopher, every theologian almost always comes down to this point, from Buddhism to Marcus Aurelius to Gita. We become what we think about. So what we want to become truly disciplined in is not just our habits. We want to become truly disciplined in our thoughts. I want you to realize that we have a conscious brain that has the ability to reject and accept any thought. And while we are on the process of achieving our greatest dream, we want to reject every single thought that does not align with our goal. If you want to become a billionaire, do not talk or listen to a poor person's opinion. Even if you have no choice of not listening to a poor person, you listen to them, but you realize you have a higher faculty in your conscious brain and you reject that idea. If you cannot stop yourself from being around people who are scarce minded, you put on earphones. If you cannot even put your earphones, you keep thinking in your mind abundant thoughts, abundant ideas, great ideas. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm making $100 million a year. I'm so happy and grateful that I drive a Bugatti Tourbillon. I'm so happy and grateful that I have a 70 kg shredded body. I'm doing a 100 kg pull up. I'm so happy and grateful that I have the love of my life. I am so happy and grateful that I have my dream life and I love it. I love serving people. I love expressing myself. Keep repeating it. So we want to become disciplined not only in our actions, we want to become disciplined in our thoughts. This is where our true power lies. Illusion is the main ingredient in the manifestation towards success. Yes, and in this masterclass, we practically broke it down how to practice delusion without being delusional, how to actually reap the benefits of delusion, not just hear it as a saying, but actually live it every single day. That we do that through a self image. We assume that we are getting thousands of clients, and we work as if we have 1,000 clients, and we create our best work. And as we create our best work, people who need us find us. For example, we connected. That happened when I sustained an assumption in my mind. I sustained a beautiful idea in my mind that I am famous, that I have 3.3 million driven high agency people who want to listen to me to reach their dream results, who have a problem, who are restless, who want guidance, who are in pain, they need my help. And my duty, I saw it as coming live 5 years on stream and giving the best knowledge that I can, as if 1,000 people, as if 1 billion people are watching me. Are they there? No. But am I giving my best? Yes. Will I get connected to people? Hopefully. So that is the second part of the success. The second part of the discipline, third part of the discipline was to sustain, to persist in your imagination. We want to build a beautiful idea. As Picasso said, I dream of my painting and then I paint my dream. We want to build a beautiful idea, sleep into that, and we want to persist into that in the waking life. When everything goes against us, even when everything goes against us, we want to persist as if we are living our dream life. We want to persist in our imagination, assume as if we already have the success, feel like we already have the success. That was about the discipline, guys. I loved this was the masterclass. I'm so proud that I did my first 5-part masterclass. I hope I helped a lot of you out there. If you have any questions, you can ask me in my Instagram DMs. You can comment down on this live stream that will be uploaded on YouTube. You can comment it down, the questions. And now we're the final part, the Q&A session. and I put in on my Instagram story what questions people have around success, and whatever they want to ask me, ask. And I have finally 5 questions that I've gotten that I'll be answering in this video. So we, I'm sorry, perfect. But that high state needs to be a sustained state. But when you're fake till you make it, you may reach a certain level of high state where you can't maintain if you fall down harder. So we talked in detail about this, how we have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind. Our paradigm only exists until our old thoughts dominate our thinking more than our new thoughts. When you repeat an idea over and over and over and over and over again, when you work from that idea over and over and over and over again, a new paradigm starts forming. When you do the uncomfortable things every single day, a new paradigm also starts getting formed against the old paradigm. And when you do that, it hits you. The old paradigm puts up a royal battle. Old paradigm doesn't want you to do the things like the person that you want to become. But when you keep doing that, when you promise yourself to do 2 to 3 uncomfortable things every single day, slowly and steadily your old paradigm weakens. Slowly and steadily your old paradigm weakens as a fighter when it tries to pull you back. The gravity is the hardest when you're trying to lift up. It tries to pull you down, but you put your force more and more and more and more and more until you lift off. That is why, to make this change, you need to follow your true dream, your A1 goal, your most important goal out of the 30 goals that you have. You want to go after something that you truly want, and not just half-heartedly wanting that. That is why you want to have the goal that truly means the most to you. For me, I need to have an explanation that feels logical to me. Even I want to be in that delusion. If my delusion has no basis, I find it hard to live with. See, you're talking kind of vaguely, no offense, with all due love. If you can tell me your goal, I can tell you how to get it. It is as simple as that. Tell me your goal in exactly definite one line. We talked about in detail in the goals masterclass. You have to have a very clear, definite goal. Napoleon Hill said it very clearly in Think and Grow Rich. You have to have a clear, definite aim, and that aim should be. When President Kennedy asked Warner von Braun, father of space sciences, what it'll take for us to reach the moon, you know what father of space science Warner von Braun replied? He said the will to do it. He didn't say I needed these rockets, these technology, these many men. He said the will to do it. Do you really want the goal, and what is it? If you have these 2 things, something that you truly want more than anything else, then we can work towards it. Then we can make the sacrifices that we need to make the first 21 to 67 days, where we fight our old paradigm, where we fight our old practical logic and act delusionary. Like, if I want to be a global streamer, like I wanna, like if cancels a statement right away. Do you want to become a global streamer, and do you want to commit your life to it? It is not if I wanna. Give me a definite statement. What do you want with your life? What are you willing to die for? What truly means the most to you? Because trust me, I was a fat person all my life. I have abs right now. Getting abs wasn't a destination that I got at. Abs is a way of living. I've sacrificed, I've killed the fat person. Every single day, I still have to walk 10,000 steps, 5 to 10,000 steps. I have to work out very hard 5 to 7 days, or 3 to 5 days a week. I have to track every single gram of my food. But I love this identity. That old identity has died forever, and because I want this for the rest of my life, I'm comfortable here. This is my new home. But you have to know, you have to die. The old identity has to die, and that can only die when you want the other thing more than anything else, and you want it for life. You do not want it to complete a hole in yourself. You do not want it to prove something to someone else. What is that which you truly want in your life? And that you realize when you write down at least 30 things that you want, and you figure out, you prioritize things, and you reach your A1 goal. When you put your due diligence, goal setting is a tedious task, it takes time. That's the thing. I don't know if I want to commit to anything in my life. When I was younger, I was convinced I wanted to be a billionaire. As I grew up, I understood 50 million. So that's what I'm saying. You have never went to the goal setting process. Have you ever went? Have you ever took a piece? I'm telling you this right now. If you really want clarity in your life, take a piece of paper, write down 30 things that you want. Not one, not five, not 10, not 15, not 20. After 20 is when the deepest wants will come on the surface. Write them down. Divide them into three lists. All the 30 goals. A, B, and C. Most important A, B less important, C least important. Prioritize them 1 to 10. And then figure out what is your A1 goal. What is, not because I feel it is hard, because I want to be happy more than just earning that money. That's what we covered it in the first part of the masterclass. Happiness is not something that you can attain in this world. You are already complete. Goals are for expression. Goals are for the expression of your potential. The purpose of life is to express your potential, capacity, and intelligence that you have, which is rotting away right now. Goal setting process is what I need to go through. Yeah, you go through my masterclass. I swear it will liberate you. If you are a success seeking person, if you're a driven person, if you want, if you're frustrated with the results that you have, I swear to God, there is no better program that exists on the face of this planet than this masterclass. I've I've literally spent my last decade getting coaching from all the great coaches in the world. I've been coached by Tony Robbins. I've been coached by Bob Proctor. I've read levels for from the beginning to the end. I've read Gita over 1,000 times. I've read all of our Upanishads. I've read all of our Indian philosophy. I've read Bible. I've read Quran. This is it. This is the final thing that I've come down to. You need to realize this was the first part of the masterclass, all right? I clearly told everyone, explained very clearly, this is what we explained in the beginning. We are not wanting things to complete ourselves. Whenever you say, I want this, you say that I am incomplete and I want something to complete myself. I broke this thought in the first part of the masterclass itself. You are complete. You need to realize that you are pure. Who are you? I want you to ask yourself, who are you? Are you Sanchit? Sanchit was a name given to you. You could be named Bharat today. You could be named Ishita tomorrow. You can change your name any single day. Are you your body? Your body, your cells die every 5 years. Your whole body gets replaced all the time. Your body was this small, now it's this big, and it'll die off. You're not your body as well. Body constantly changes. Are you your mind? Your mind is constant movement of mental thought. Your thought arises and dies, arises and dies. Are you your feelings? Are you your emotion? I am happy, I am sad. How can you say I am happy or I am sad when you never sustain that over 10 minutes? Emotions are something that arise and die. Emotion, there was happiness, there is happiness, it will pass away. There is sadness, it will pass away. Everything that you know of in this world, that you think of it as yourself, is ego. It is an illusory matter, it is an illusory thing. This is what is explained in Gita, the greatest philosophy in the entire world. Everything that you see in this world is an illusion. Your whole identity, body, mind, career, name, it dies off. When it dies, it arises and it dies off. What does this mean? Does this mean we do nothing? We realize who we are. Where does it die off? Where do the emotions die off? They die off in awareness, pure awareness. You need to learn that you are pure consciousness and your pure awareness as well. And the life that you have, although you have only 80 years of life, you're going to die. In this 80 years, you have a potential to burn that is rotting away right now because you're confused in your ego patterns. You want to leave the ego completely. You want to see what you're made of, how you can express it the best way possible, and you do that through goals. I'm a very spiritual now person. Now I find it hard to. We talked about exactly the same topic in our masterclass. I'm a very spiritual friend now. Find it very hard to chase material goals, but I need to be materially successful for my family. Please tell me, how do I stay motivated knowing it's temporary, and what really matters to soul and energy? Everything is an illusion. Awareness, consciousness, all that. I'm telling you, when you understand your consciousness, pure consciousness, everything is an illusion passing in awareness, what you get is freedom. And this is where all Indians lose. They say, I am free, so why do anything? No, You are free, so you create the greatest life that you can create. Why do you want to rot? When you understand your pure awareness, you understand that you are not sad anymore, you are not restless anymore, you are not confused anymore. Confusion was there, confusion is there, sadness is there. Now, by understanding this spiritual knowledge, you free yourself from sticking to anything. As Gita says, follow your desires without attachment to your desires. When you're not attached to anything, then you allow your life to express. How does life express? Life is simply desiring and acting. You let the life express by desiring something. So ask yourself, what do you truly want? What is your highest aspiration? What do you want more than anything else? Whatever it is, money, be it as selfish as you can. Once you know that it is ego, because I would rather go down the spiritual path and walk towards moksha rather than achieving material desires. Brother, this is what I'm saying. Just this realization that your awareness, everything is an illusion, is already moksha. You have achieved moksha. The second you know this, you've already achieved moksha. Now you're just playing a game in this life and you want to play it properly. This is told in detail in Gita over and over again. When Arjun asked Krishna in the middle of the battlefield that why should I kill my relatives when I could become spiritual, when I could go down the spiritual path, Krishna yelled at him and said, why are you acting important? Why are you acting gay? Why are you acting like an important man? Spirituality is not about leaving things. Spirituality is about living the material life without attachment, is living the material life with equanimity. That equanimity is yoga. That unperturbedness, that equanimity of no matter what happens, it does not affect me because that is not me, is spirituality. You have already achieved moksha the second you realize that you are pure awareness. Now what you need to ask is, what are you stopping yourself from doing? What are you running from by trying to pursue this spiritual path? Now the moksha is done. What are you running from? What is it that Sanchit truly wants in his heart? What is your highest aspiration? If you could dream, if you could live anywhere that you want in the world, where would you want to live? Write down 10 places, figure out the first place. If you could drive any car that you want to drive in this world, what is the car that you would want to drive? If you could have any amount of money in this world, how much money would you truly actually really love to learn in this world? How much, if you could have any beautiful relation, who would you want to date? What kind of a person would you want to have a family with? What kind of house would you want? Material goals are amazing goals. Figure out how much you want to earn. Figure out what kind of physical health you want, what kind of relationship you want. When you do that, you wanted to ask, how do I free myself spiritually, right? Going after, I just uploaded a video on this. Going after success, following your dreams, leads to the biggest ego death. When you have something more important than you to care about, when you are pursuing something that is bigger than you, when you're pursuing $100 million, let's say, for example, I am so devoted to this goal, I do not have time to left about my personal gain or loss. I am so consumed by this mission that I have died. I don't know what I don't know when the last time I thought about what I have to personally gain from this. All my effort goes to moving the needle, goes to bringing results, goes to actually changing people's life. I'm so consumed by the work, I cannot think about myself. When I do this, my ego died, my ego burnt away. There is no ego left because the potential that I had is not rotting anymore, it is being used somewhere. And I explained it very well in the self-image masterclass, that money is a beautiful goal because everybody has a misconception of money. Money is simply the report card of good that you have done in this life. Money is the most scarce resource in the world. If somebody is giving you their money, it means you're giving them something extremely valuable. So if you want to earn $1 billion, it means you're giving away $10 billion of value. You get almost 1/10 of the value that you give in return. So you have to solve billions of people's of pain, billions of people's of aches in order to earn $1 billion. So how much do you want to serve? How many problems do you want to solve in the world? That is the amount of money you want to earn. So how much do you want to solve the problems? What kind of a career that you want? What do you truly want to do? You can get rich in any field of area that you want. There are people who are making millions selling achar, selling pickles. There are people making billions through millions through garbage industry. Nobody wants to become billionaires. Actually, people normally want to become just financially independent. They don't have to check prices of everything when they have to buy it. If they want to have a vacation, they can have it. People only want three. They think they want People only want three things. They want financial independence, they want to be free financially, they don't want to have a debt or stress of money all the time. They want to be able to buy the things that they like, the clothes that they want, some vacations 1 or 2 times a year, one of their luxury hobby objects, for example a car, a house. That is all they want. Second thing people want is, people want to do something that they get excited to wake up to. They want to have a career that they are excited to do when they wake up in life. The third thing that people want in life is to be around people that are creatively productive, that are energetic and have a good energy around them. This is all what people normally want. But if you really want something big, that only means that, as we discussed, your awareness, everything is an illusion passing in awareness. You have no obligation to do all that success thing. If you are going towards a big goal, know that you are doing the biggest favor to the world. You could have died tomorrow, you could have chosen to suicide today, but you chose to expend so much of energy into creating a product that would help the world, into contributing to the world, into expressing yourself. So ask yourself, what do you want? That does not lead to selfish gain, because the ego does not exist. Ego is an illusion. If you think, I explained it very beautifully in the first part of the master. Goals are for expression, not for completion. As long as you think your goals are to inflate or deflate your ego, you'll be restless, anxious all your life. Up until now, you thought that you want $1 billion, $100 million to fill yourself, to make yourself, inflate yourself. And because when you think like that, you already say that you are less and you need something to complete it. And when somebody takes something away from you that you already have, you feel even more incomplete, because you think of yourself as an ego. But as we discussed, ego does not exist. Because ego do not exist, anything and everything that you do from completeness, expressing your potential to this world, literally doing a favor to this world out of complete selflessness. Because once you understand ego does not exist, selfish acts cannot happen. There is nothing selfish that can happen in this world, because your ego does not exist. Thinking that you're doing something selfish is ignorance in the first place. There is no ego, there is no selfish act. Now think for yourself, what do you want the most in life? Know that, write it down, and go for it with everything that you have. In that process, you will burn your ego, you will love yourself, you will fulfill yourself so much, so brightly. You will burn. See, we're going to die in 80 years, so you want to burn brightly before you die. Death is the only thing that is guaranteed to us in our life, so you want to burn as much as you can before you die. And this is not me talking, this is what Aristotle told. Telos, follow your telos. What is telos? A knife cutting an object is following his telos. If a knife, you take a knife and smash things with that, if you take a knife and pick your nose with that, that is not fulfilling its purpose. You have a true desire, you have a height aspiration, you following your most important desire is the purpose of your life. That is how you fulfill your purpose. So you want to ask yourself, what do you truly want? What do you want more than anything else in this world? Commit to that. Make an irrevocable committed decision. Burn the boats, burn the bridges. Set yourself that goal. Commit yourself fully to that goal and follow that goal. In that following, you'll totally burn your leftover ego that you still have left, and in that process, you will fulfill yourself forever. I have one very important question for you: how to really make the most of YouTube videos and books, how to create notes from them so that recalling info from them becomes easier. Brother, you need to find out first. You need to find out right information. I read 1,000 books to conclude this information, to organize thousands of books of information into 5-part masterclass. So I think I'm not trying to sell myself at all because it is literally free. First, you need to find out right information. You you have the right information right here. There's nothing better you can read online. I'm telling you, I've read it all, and I'm giving you the best thing. I'm giving you the golden nuggets. When you find it, you go through it, and you go through it again. And when you go through it, you'll find some aha moments. Oh, wow, this idea was amazing. This idea I want to implement. You write it down. You go through that video again. You find out another. You realize the same video. You'll find another idea, a third idea, fourth idea. You go through the same. You first of all, how I did was I read 1,000 books. I finalized some great books, and then I read them over and over and over and over and over and over, over and over and over and over and over again until I found out what the books are actually trying to say. And you will realize it's a funny thing. It's a 5 hour masterclass, right? This whole masterclass, but I can summarize it in 10 minutes. But of course, you won't understand that summary from 10 minutes because you need to understand the 5 hours of content in order to understand the summary of 10 minutes. But you only. Why does this happen? Stupid audio. Thank you so much, too. Thank you so much for informing me. I was just saying that in order to, you asked me how to make the most of YouTube videos and books. How I did it was simply reading 1,000 books, finding out what are the most important books. So if you want to do it, you first have to find out what is the credible source of information. And I was telling you, this 5 part masterclass is the most credible source of information that you can get on the internet or the entire libraries of the world. So you can trust this 5 part masterclass. Then when you finally find the credible information that you want to find in this world, you put it at one place, forget everything else, then you only focus on that credible source of information, and then you read it over and over and over again. You read it over and over and over again, you'll realize all of the credible information that you found can be summarized in 10 minutes. But to get to the 10 minutes, you have to go through the 5 hours over and over again to get the context of that 10 minutes. When you go through that over and over again, only one piece of content, not 1,000 piece of content, just one piece of content. When you go 10 times, 20 times, 100 times over. I've read Gita over 1,000 times, okay? I loved that book. I knew that there was credible information in that. And when you go through that over and over again, that's how you make the most of it. You summarize the 10 minutes of the most important information, and then you start to try to implement those information in your real life. You start to live that information every single day. That is how you do it. Has this happened in other masterclasses too, the mic glitch? Yeah, in the last 2 masterclasses. I don't know. If it's a wire issue, it when I reconnect the wire, if I just take out the wire and no, I mean I'm into astrology as well, so I want to go through those books and videos and me. Of course, bro, read anything that you like. Read anything that I'm just saying. Read all the books that you want. Find out the most important books that there is, and then just read that book over and over again. Then you summarize that book into 10 minutes of information. Then you start implementing those 10 minutes of information into your real life. Live that information. When you live that information, you've made the most of the book. So yes, that was the Q&A session. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming in the last moment. To be honest, I asked questions from my Instagram audience and nobody gave me any question for the Q&A session. So I was just going to lie in the masterclass and say that I got 5 questions which I literally took from ChatGPT, which I'm fine with. I'm literally doing all of this from my imagination, so I don't mind lying like that. It's only for the good of the other people if they go through this. But you came last moment and you asked me questions, and now we did the Q&A session that was supposed to happen interactively. We did this interactively. I'm so proud. Let's fucking go. That was the 5 part masterclass. That was a 5 part masterclass, guys. I thank you all very deeply for joining this masterclass. If you're a driven agency person who wants to go from agency to your dream results, if you're frustrated with the way you're living your life, if you want to create your actual dream results, if you want to engineer them, if you want to live the life of your dreams, follow along, do the homework that is told in these videos, try to implement ideas from these videos, and stay connected to this information, go through this again and again, write down your goals and start taking the first step. Write down your goal and start taking the first step right from today. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I loved this masterclass a lot. Let's go. Thank you, Sanjit, for joining. That was it. That was the 5 part masterclass, guys. I love you all. See you in the next video. Peace. I can't believe I've done it, but I've done it. Let's fucking go, guys. I'm so happy. Your energy is contagious. You'll force me to level up. Yes, sir. You have to level up. I'm here to lead. I'm here to show you. I'm here to pave the path. That is my most important purpose of my life. The most important purpose of these videos of my life is to be there for people to look up to me, to take inspiration from my energy, and to rely on my energy so that they can keep going up. I want to stand as a pillar so that any person who is going through his transformation in his life, who is working towards his success, can look up to me and see that this motherfucker never really stops. So I'll keep going. I want to be that pillar, and I've reached a position where I can be that pillar. I used to be a depressed, sad, self-hating creature. I went through all of the stages. I got enlightened. I read everything. I created the dream life of myself. And the one thing that helped me the most was seeing a person online that kept going. That motivated me more than no knowledge motivated me more than that one person that kept going. And I was like, I want to live at that energy. I want to stay at that. If life can be that beautiful, I want to be like that as well. That is what I want to give back. I want to stand there out loud on the face of the social media every day, doing my best so that people can look up. And even if everybody is having a chill life, even if everybody is having a comfortable life and they have to do something uncomfortable, they know that this motherfucker is out there making moves. And I am always with you guys. If you want to succeed, I'll always pave the way. I'll keep walking forward. If you want energy, come take it from me. If you want guidance, come take it from me. If you want inspiration, come take it from me. If you want motivation, come take it from me. If you want money from me, take it from me. But live your dream life. That is my mission. That is my vision. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Yes, brother, who motivated you? Well, that's a secret. I guess I'll keep it a secret. I'll not keep it a secret. No, I'll keep it a secret. But yes, there was someone. There was someone very special, and I want to give this gift back to the world. And yes, I want to. It's a scary position to be at. Like, if I am out there, I need to make sure that I do not do the stupid stuff. I stand up to my word. I stand up to my commitments, and I want to be at that scary place. I want to be out there and stand as a pillar. It's all right, brother. I'll see you in the next video. Come on Instagram, maybe we'll talk there, and maybe I'll tell you about that person. But yes, it was lovely to have you in the live. I'll do this live again. I'll do streams a lot. I'll do 5 hours of streaming tomorrow as well. So yes, see you in the next video. Love you all. Peace. Bye bye. See ya. Done.